Okay, tonight is the 1st of September 2011, and this is the first night we are talking on the Theragatha. This Theragatha is the Gatha of the Theras. Gatha means verses. Theras are the elder monks, here referring to the Arahant monks. And this is the 8th book of the Khuddaka Nikaya. These gathas or verses, there are 1,279 of them, and these verses are very inspiring. And from listening to these verses, you can see how much effort these arahants use to attain enlightenment. It was not an easy path. For a person to become liberated is extremely difficult. Mara is very strong. Now we start with the first verse, number 1. This is by Subhuti. My small hut is roofed, pleasant, draft-free, rain, sky, as you please. My mind is well concentrated, released. I remain zealous or diligent, rain, sky. So, you see, they stay in the forest, they also have a hut. Because a hut like our kuti is very convenient for cultivation. A lot of people, they stay in the kuti, they are not content, they still want to go out to practice. If suppose I let you practice under the tree, I don't give you the kuti, then you'll be longing for a kuti. Number 2, Mahakotika. Calm, quiet, speaking in moderation, not conceited. He shakes off evil characteristics as the wind shakes off the leaves of a tree. You've got to have an extremely strong mind to do that. And number 3, Kanka Revata, Revata the doubter. See this wisdom of the Tathagatas, who, giving light and vision, like a fire blazing in the night, dispel the doubt of those who come. Number 4, by Puna Mantani Putta. There's one sutta where the Buddha asks a monk, I don't know whether it's Ananda, the Buddha asks, who among my Sakyan relatives is a good Dhamma teacher? And they told him the best Sakyan Dhamma teacher is Puna Mantani Putta. I think in Mahayana they have this name also, they call him Fu Lo No Mantalo Nietzsche. One should associate only with the good, the clever, those who see the goal. Wise, vigilant and discerning, they attain to the goal which is great, profound, hard to see, subtle, fine. They always, this holy man always say, our company, our friends are very important. You associate with the good, you also become a good. You associate with the bad, you also become the bad. This is what nowadays we call peer pressure. Number 5 is Dabba. He who was hard to tame is tamed by self-taming. He is worthy, Dabba, contented, with doubts overcome, victorious, with fears truly gone. That Dabba is quenched with steadfast self. This could be Dabba the Malian. He has such great, I think he's the one with such great psychic power, and he was appointed by the Sangha to be in charge of kutis. So anytime the monks come, he has to decide which kuti they go. And during the Buddha's time, the monastery was very big, maybe a few hundreds of acres. So he tell one of them, say, sometimes the monk comes at night. You have to show them to the kuti, which is the other side of the hill. So he's in meditation, and then they come, and then probably he will ask them to wait a while, and then he enters samadhi, and then he used the samadhi to light up his finger, and then he used his finger like a torchlight. He bring them by the light of his finger across the hill to the kuti. So when the news spread that he has this kind of psychic power, the monks purposely come at night to see. Number 6, Sittavanya. The monk who went to Sittavana is alone, contented, with concentrated self, victorious, with excitement gone, guarding the mindfulness concerned with the body, possessed of resolution. These arahants, they always stay alone to attain liberation. Number 7, Balaya. He who has thrust away the army of King Death, as a great flood pushes back a very weak bridge of reeds, is victorious, with fears truly gone, tamed, quenched, with steadfast self. Number 8, Vira. He who was hard to tame is tamed by self-taming. He is a hero, Vira, contented, with doubts overcome, victorious, with excitement truly gone, that Vira is quenched with steadfast self. Pilindavacha. Pilindavacha, I think, may be the Arahant who calls the other monks Parya. Number 9. It has come, it has not departed, nor was that bad advice to me. Among the things shared out among men, I obtained the best advice, taught the Dhamma. I think we came across that sutta where Pilindavacha was calling all the monks Parya, and when they complained to the Buddha contemplated the past and said for 500 lifetimes he was born as a Brahmin. So Brahmins, they're very proud of their caste and look down on all other castes. That's why I call other people Parya. Something like that may not be the exact word Parya, but this is what we use. Number 10, Punamasa. Whoever, having attained to knowledge, being quiet, with self-restraint, destroys longing for this world or the next. He, not clinging to all phenomena, would know the arising and passing away of the world. This world or the next refers to this life or the next life. Number 11, Chula Gavacha. A monk who has much joy in the Dhamma taught by the Buddha would attain to the peaceful state, the happy calming of the constituent elements. Mahagavacha. Number 12, having strength through wisdom, possessed of vows, vata, and virtuous conduct, sila, concentrated, delighting in meditation, possessed of mindfulness, eating whatever food is proper. One should await one's time here, with desire gone. So when they have finished their work, they just wait for the time to enter Nibbana, and to them, entering Nibbana is like the salary they get for all their work, reaping the reward. Number 13, Vana Vacha. Those rocks delight me, the color of the blue clouds, beautiful, with cool waters and pure streams, covered with Indagopaka insects. So this monk must be living up in the hills. There's water flowing and rocks, and can see the clouds. Number 14, Vanavacha's pupil. My preceptor said to me, let us go from here, Sivaka. My body dwells in the village. My mind has gone to the forest. Even though I am lying down, I shall go there. There is no attachment for those who know. So maybe even though he has to go to the village, but his mind is not attached to the village. Number 15, Kunda Dana. One should cut off 5, one should abandon 5, one should especially develop 5. A monk who has gone beyond the 5 attachments is called a flood crosser. I think we came across something like this 1 or 2 nights ago. Cut off 5 means cut off the 5 lower fetters. And then abandon 5 is the 5 higher fetters. And develop 5, develop the 5 faculties. And the 5 attachments should refer to the 5 aggregates. Number 16, Balata Sisa. Just as a noble thoroughbred with swishing tail and mane goes with little difficulty So for me, the days and nights go with little difficulty when spiritual happiness has been obtained. When we are happy, the time seems to go by very fast. When we are not happy, the days and nights go by very slowly. And then at night, if you are unhappy and you can't sleep, it's quite a torture. Number 17, Dasaka. When he is lazy and a glutton, a sleeper who rolls as he lies, like a great hog or pig fed on grain, the food comes to the womb again and again. So to the Arahants, a person who likes to sleep is a fool, wasting the time. Number 18, Singalapita. There was a monk, an heir of the Buddha, in the Besakala forest. He suffused this whole earth with the contemplation of the skeleton notion. Very quickly, I think he will get rid of desire for sensual pleasures. So this monk is practicing contemplation of the skeleton. If he continues, then he will get rid of sensual desire. Kula, number 19. Truly, canal makers lead water, arrow makers bend the bow, carpenters bend wood, men of good vows tame the self. 20. Ajita. I have no fear of death, I have no longing for life. Attentive and mindful, I shall abandon the body. He's finished his work, waiting for the time. 21. Nigroda. I am not afraid of fear. Our teacher is well skilled in the undying, or in the deathless. Where fear does not remain, there by the eightfold path the monks go. Our teacher must be the Buddha. 22. Chittaka. Blue with beautiful necks, the crested peacocks call in Karamvi. Urged on by the cool breeze, they awaken the sleeper to meditation. This one, Arahants, although Arahants sleep, they don't sleep like ordinary people. Arahants are mindful 24 hours a day. It's in the Vinaya books. It's stated you cannot fault an Arahant at all because he's mindful all the time. 23. Gosala. Having eaten honey and rice in Velu Gumba, skillfully comprehending the arising and passing away of the elements of existence, I shall return to my hillside, devoting myself to seclusion. So these monks, they have to come down to the village to beg for their food. And after they get their food, they go out of the village or the town, and then they go to a quiet place, and they eat their food. And then after that, then if they are living up the hill, normally they will eat their food first, because walking up the hill is very tiring. Many years ago, I stayed in a hill, a distance from Balik Pulau. So I walked down and walked up. It took me 3 hours. And on an empty stomach, it was very tiring. So halfway up, I'll be eating. No energy already. But eating means you take the sweet things like banana and all these fruits, just to give you quick energy. 24. Sugandha. I went forth after keeping one rainy season. See the essential rightness of the Dhamma. The three knowledges have been obtained. The Buddha's teaching has been done. He said he went forth after keeping one rainy season. Possibly he was a samanera or a layman staying in the monastery. One vasala. And after that he ordained. And then after that he practiced hard and he attained the three knowledges. 25. Nandya. Attacking such a monk whose mind is like splendor, constantly fruitful, you will come to grieve, Kanha. Kanha is the black one, probably referring to Mara. 26. Abhaya. Hearing the well-spoken utterance of the Buddha, the kinsman of the sun, Angira Sasa, appears a subtle thing indeed, as one pierces the tip of a hair with an arrow. So after he heard the Buddha's teaching, then he probably attained enlightenment. 27. Lomasa Kangia. With my chest I thrust aside Daba grass and Kusa grass and Potakila grass and Usira and Munja grass and bulrushes, devoting myself to seclusion. So this monk, to go to his secluded place, he has to pass through all these tall grasses. 28. Jambu Gamika San. Are you not intent on clothes? Do you not delight in adornments? Do you, not other folk, send forth this odor of virtue? This one I'm not sure what he's, or who he's talking to. 29. Harita. Making the self erect, making your mind straight as an arrow maker makes an arrow straight. Break ignorance to pieces, Harita. So here is probably encouraging himself, talking to himself to get encouragement. 30. Uttiya. When illness arose in me, mindfulness arose in me. Illness has arisen in me. It is time for me to be vigilant. So illness is like a deva messenger, telling you, reminding you of impermanence. So there's a time to practice more. 31. Gavaratiriya. Tormented by gnats and mosquitoes in the forest, in the great wood, like an elephant in the van of the battle, one should endure there mindful. So you see, if they don't have a kuti like we have with mosquito netting and all that, then all the gnats and mosquitoes will come and disturb them. Not so easy to practice. Sometimes, like in one sutta, we saw the Buddha was sitting with the robe covered over the whole head, the whole body. 32. Supya. I shall exchange the aging for agelessness, the burning for quenching, for the highest peace, for unsurpassed rest from exertion. So, he's saying the aging, when you have a self, you have the self-aging. But when you have no self, then there's no aging. And the burning is the burning of the passions. And when a person becomes liberated, he has quenched the passions, no more passions disturbing. And that's the highest peace. 33. Sopaka. Just as a woman would be good towards her beloved only son, so one should be good to all living creatures everywhere. When a person becomes an Arya, then he realizes that all beings are like us. So, as metta towards all beings. 34. Posya. These women are always best when not approached by one who knows. Coming from the village to the forest, from there I entered the house. Rising up from there, I, who deserve to be fed, Posya, went out without having taken my leave. Women are always best when not approached by one who knows. Not so sure about this. But after he took his meal, then he just left. Some of them, they don't like to talk. 35. Samanya Kani. Practicing this, he who seeks happiness gains happiness and obtains glory. His fame increases who develops the noble eightfold path, straight, direct path for the attainment of the undying. 36. Kumaputta. Hearing is good, action is good, the homeless life is always good. The questioning of the goal, doing what is skillful, this is the ascetic state for one who has nothing. This questioning of the goal, probably investigating, so that you can aim well. 37. Kumaputta's companion. They go to different countries, wandering unrestrained. If they lose concentration, what good will this bad conduct do? Therefore, one should dispel pride. One should meditate undistracted. Instead of wandering here and there, it's best to stay in one place and fight. The fight with Mara is inside. It's not to do with outside. 38. Gavampati. That Gavampati, who by his supernormal power made the river Sarabu stand fast, is unfettered and unmoved. The Devas revere that great sage, who has surpassed all attachments and reached the far shore of existence. So this Gavampati, his supernormal power is very great. He can make the river stop flowing. Tisa 39. A monk should wander about as though smitten by the sword, with his head on fire, as it were, mindful of the abandonment of desire for sensual pleasures. So if a monk has not attained enlightenment, he should remember that because of impermanence, he should always think the head is on fire, any time can die. So practice hard to abandon desire or craving. Number 40, Vadamana. A monk should wander about as though smitten by the sword, with his head on fire, as it were, mindful of the abandonment of desire for existence. Person understands the Dhamma only, he can abandon this desire for life. 41, Siri Vada. The flashes of lightning fall upon the cleft of Vebara and Pandava, but gone to the cleft in the mountain. The son of the incomparable Venerable One meditates. So this lightning is flashing all over the hills. But this monk, he goes into this cleft or this cave in the mountain to meditate. 42. Kadira Vanya. Chala, Upachala, Sisu Pachala. Now indeed remain mindful. One has come to you like a hair piercer. So these three also have attained enlightenment. 43. Sumangala. Well rid, very well rid am I of the three crooked things. Well rid are the sickles of me. Well rid are the ploughs of me. Well rid are the curved spades of me. Even if they are here. Even so, enough of them, enough. Meditate Sumangala. Remain vigilant Sumangala. So this Sumangala, he has become a monk. Probably he was formerly a farmer. So his sickles, his ploughs and his spades all is abandoned. And he's reminding himself to practice hard, to meditate. 44. Sanu. Mother, they weep for one who is dead, or for one who, although alive, is not seen. Why, mother, do you weep for me, who am both alive and seen? This one, there's this sutta, probably in the Sangyutta Nikaya, where this Sanu, after becoming a monk, he thought of disrobing. And then it seems a Yaka, who was his previous life mother, entered him. And he became delirious and out of control of himself. So when the mother saw that he was possessed, the mother was weeping, cried. And then he woke up and he saw the mother crying. And then he asked the mother, why are you crying here? 45. Ramanya Viharin. Just as a noble thoroughbred, having stumbled, stands firm again, so should you consider me as one possessed of insight, a disciple of the fully enlightened one, the Buddha's own thoroughbred son. So he's saying he's become enlightened. 46. Samidhi. In faith I went forth from the home to the homeless state. My mindfulness and wisdom have increased. My mind is well concentrated. Make shapes as you please, you will not frighten me. So probably Mara come to frighten him, making all kinds of different forms. But he says he will not be frightened. 47. Ujjaya. Homage to you, enlightened hero. You are completely released in every respect. Living in the field of your achievement. I live without asavas, without uncontrolled mental outflows. 48. Sanjaya. Since I went forth from the home to the homeless state, I have not been aware of having any ignoble, hate-ridden intentions. 49. Ramanyaka. Amidst the sound of chirping and the cries of the birds, this mind of mine does not waver, for devotion to solitude is mine. So he enjoys his solitude. And being in the forest, he can hear the sound of a lot of birds. 50. Vimala. The earth is sprinkled, the wind blows, lightning flashes in the sky. My thoughts are quietened. My mind is well concentrated. So his mind is concentrated. Yes, no disturbing thoughts. 51, Godika. The sky rains melodiously. My small hut is roofed, pleasant, draft-free, and my mind is well concentrated. So rain, sky, if you wish. 52, Subahu. The sky rains melodiously. My small hut is roofed, pleasant, draft-free, and my mind is well concentrated on my body. So rain, sky, if you wish. 53, Valia. The sky rains melodiously. My small hut is roofed, pleasant, draft-free. I live in it vigilant. So rain, sky, if you wish. 54, Uttiya. The sky rains melodiously. My small hut is roofed, pleasant, draft-free. I live in it without companion. So rain, sky, if you wish. 55, Anjana Vanya. Making a small hut, plunging into the Anjana forest, I dwelt there. The three knowledges have been obtained. The Buddha's teaching has been done. 56, Kuti Viharin. Who is in the small hut? A monk is in the small hut, with desire gone, with well-concentrated mind. Thus know, friend, your small hut was not made in vain. So this friend was probably somebody who made the hut for him. He's telling him that he should have a lot of blessings from making this hut, and he can attain a concentrated mind. 57, Kuti Viharin. This was your old hut. You desire another new hut. Discard the hope of a hut. A new hut will be painful again, monk. 58, Ramanya Kuttika. My small hut is pleasant, a gift of faith, delightful. I have no need of girls. Go there, women, to those who have need. Maybe some women came to him in the hut. 59, Ko Sala Viharin. In faith I went forth. I made a small hut in the forest, and I am vigilant, zealous, attentive, mindful. 60, Sivali. My intentions, which I had as my goal when I entered the hut, have prospered. Abandoning the propensity to pride, I shall come to the knowledges and to release. 61, Vappa. The seeing one sees the seeing one, and sees the non-seeing one too. The non-seeing one does not see the non-seeing one, nor the seeing one. In the suttas, the Buddha said, a wise man can judge a fool, and a wise man can also judge another wise man. But a fool cannot judge a fool, and a fool also cannot judge a wise man. So this is probably what it means here. 62, Vajiputta. We dwell alone in the forest like a tree rejected in a wood. Many envy me as hell dwellers envy one going to heaven. 63, Paka. Passed away they fall. Fallen and being greedy, they have come again. What was to be done is done. What was to be enjoyed is enjoyed. Happiness has been attained by happiness. Happiness has been attained by the happiness of jhana. 63, Vimala Kondanya. I was born of the tree named One, begotten by the bright bannered One. The banner killer has destroyed the bearer of the great banner by means of the banner. So I'm not so sure what. 65. Uke Pakata Vacha. Well poised, full of noble joy, he preaches to householders that which has been collected by heap-made vacha over many years. This heap-made probably refers to the rope. Some monks, they pick the cloth from the heap of rubbish to make their robe. 66, Megya. The great hero, having reached the far shore of all phenomena, counseled me. Hearing his Dhamma, I dwelt in his presence, mindful. The three knowledges have been obtained. The Buddha's teaching has been done. 67. Eka Dhamma Savaniya. My defilements have been burnt up. All existences have been rooted out. Journeying on from rebirth to rebirth is completely annihilated. There is now no more existence. So you see the Arahants, when they finish their work, they know there's no more existence for them. Their consciousness will never take rebirth again. But the Mahayana books say differently.